Hi. Hi.
Hi, hi. Good evening.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm always good.
That's
How
really
about
a
you?
that's I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing really nice. Thank you so much. And that's a really a nice positive way to start. Like I'm always good, and that's exactly we should spread to everyone. Like we're always good. I think that's exactly how we can start a whole conversation or a day or maybe a life with. Thank you so much for spreading this
Or,
positivity.
or every second. Or every second of life, isn't it?
That's true. That's true, and that's I think a kind of a bit of a philosophic, but very practical. And thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for being part of this whole initiative. I'm sure I don't really have to introduce you separately, but okay, the people who maybe not yet aware of you, let me just introduce you over here. So he is Mr. Shami Chetty, who is the owner of the only India's first only fully vegan store. So just pardon me if I'm not able to introduce you properly. Just correct me wherever you feel like I just need to correct myself. Do that because I think I am just a kind of a beginner over here who just started participating in this whole initiative, and you being a kind of a person who has been following veganism for a long time with a greater perspective, and I'm sure this is a very inspiring thing, which I think inspire people like me and people like many thousands over here in this planet. So thank you so much. In case I just want to start with your story of the of your store, because I think there is a very interesting story which I've read about, which I've heard from my friends who have visited your cafe. I've visited your cafe once or twice. So if you can just take us through with your story, I think that would be really inspiring too.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So basically, the thing is, I'm a Sikh, right? So I started my life eating non-veg and stuff like that. And around 20, 25 years ago, suddenly I just felt like I didn't want to eat non-veg anymore. And because I used to teach spirituality, meditation, and this and that, something made me believe that there is life in everybody, and I gave up eating meat. But I didn't know about the dairy industry being the way it is. So only around 4.5 years ago, I realized that the dairy industry is so mean and so bad and stuff like that. And also the bad effects of dairy, and it's not good for health even. you know so that's when I turned vegan, and I went looking for stuff all over Bombay and everywhere online, looking for vegan products and stuff like that, and there was nothing available. Now because nothing was available, I said, I have this real estate office of mine in Khar. Let me put up a small rack there and at least have some milk and stuff so that people can at least have their tea and coffee properly and stuff like that. And then I have this habit of never being able to say no to anybody. So when people used to come and ask for curd and butters and ice creams and other things, I kept getting it. And before I knew it, there were so many products in my place, and my office had turned into a store. That's how it happened. Now we have more than 2,000 products in our store.
Wow, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, see, I'm from Delhi, so I know how difficult it is to, like, from turn to non-vegetarian to even vegetarian. Like, vegan is definitely a next another extent for me. So, when you started thinking about this in like 20 back into 20, 25 years back, so what are the difficulties that you face? Like, finding out food was, I'm sure, one of the big difficult thing. Except that, how do you think about the like, how people started taking you, because people don't really get it what exactly we're talking about, like when I'm just trying to talk to my friends, like it's okay, just try something different. So if you can explain and if you can just help me understand, like what are the
Yeah.
kind of difficulties that you faced.
Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
yes.
Fine. Okay, so the thing is that, yeah, you're right. Even till today, when we started 4 years ago, obviously it was very difficult to explain to people. But even today, after so many years, so many people don't understand veganism and stuff. So you're right. Like getting, making people understand is a bit difficult because there are lots of people who are basically like, you can say like they were vegetarians, and some of them were Jain even, and they came
Yeah.
to the store and they said things like, I've never eaten vegan in my life. And I said, oh, you never eaten a banana? And they said, banana? Banana is vegan? So I said, yeah, banana is vegan. Well, I've never seen a non-veg banana. So
Right.
things like that. So yeah, so it is a bit difficult. The concept is still not properly understood by people. Whereas veganism, like anything else, is a very basic thing. All you have to do is just remove the animal stuff from your plate and from your life, like whatever things you do. Like basically, if you're having a roti in your house, if you put ghee, it becomes non-vegan, and if you make it in oil, it becomes vegan. You know, so things like that. uh, and I think the awareness is growing. There are lots of these documentaries, like the Game Changers has helped a lot of people and understand veganism, and it will take some time, but we will get there.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. This is exactly what we are all trying. From our small initiatives, every person, who is really aware of these informations, what is happening around and what is going wrong. And I'm sure everybody is coming forward and they're closing their hands together. And I'm so happy, if I just see 25 years back when you have started then and now, since you have more than 2,000 product at your store right now. So I think, this is the
No,
change. This is a difference.
yeah, no. Actually, 25 years ago, I gave up meat. I turned vegan only 4 years ago. So
Correct.
whatever work is done has happened in the last 4 years.
So I mean, yeah, that's again also kind of a different change that we see. I think it took 4 years for to have a Mumbai have their own store which is fully vegan. And I think since you mentioned this is the India's first fully vegan store, so I'm sure this is exactly how people are started taking this initiative, and how people are just coming across. And I'm sure I've seen all the testimony available on your Instagram account, and your the customers who all are have enjoying your meal. And I think they are just talking a great thing about your food, the taste that you're talking about. And I'm sure the food looks really yummy, even when I see the picture on your post. And I'm sure if someone is having it, they're I saw there are options from, you have a pastries, I saw you have a a thali, I saw there are some cookies available. So I think there are too many
We
things.
have, yeah. Uh, can you hear me? I
Yeah,
think again there's some
I can hear you. I
problem
can
with the
hear you.
network.
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay. So the thing is, yes, we have a lot of products with us, and this is just what I call, this is just the beginning. You know, we are
Yeah.
just starting right now. So we already have pizzas, burgers, continental, Indian, Chinese, lots and lots of stuff. And uh, uh, the thing is, what I believe is a lot of people turn vegan either because of health or because of compassion. So I feel, why should these people not get what they used to have earlier? Like, why should they be deprived of uh, what they loved eating? I mean, they've given up on uh, stuff which they like out of compassion or out of some health issue.
That's right. That's right. I believe this is being also very creative. Because I look at the things with a very creative angle, because this is an art. Because food making is a great art that we all try, and then you're just turning all this the food craving for, people crave for different type of taste, different of food. I think your store is providing those kind of a food, which is a great initiative, I believe. So I just need to understand a great thing about what is the food philosophy that you have.
Philosophy. I mean,
Yeah, your food.
overall. Okay. Yeah. So basically, what I feel is that, I mean, today, if you see, I believe that everything is energy. What
Right.
Whatever you see, whatever you touch, everything is energy. Okay, and I believe that we are creators of energy. Being human, we can smile, create a good energy, or we can shout and create a bad energy. Right. So uh, the things like that. And right now, this world which we are living in, as you can see and everyone can see, there is a lot of suffering, problems, situations. We have created this world. Okay, and uh, we can create another world if we want to. If no, nothing can stop us. One person can bring about a big change. You know. So my feeling is that today veganism is very important because animals are also living, right? Animals have a life, and when there are so many places, so many different levels of suffering which we are putting the animals through in today's time, that is also creating a lot of suffering energy in the world. So when there's so much of that kind of energy, how can you and I be happy in this world? It is not possible. Everything is energy, as I told you. So it is
Right.
very important that to relieve our own energy, we relieve the energy of the animals. And and I also feel that we see, if you see, there's a lot of things which are hidden in words. I love words. I understand words, I think, very deeply. So I feel that today what we have created is not anything less than hell. When we meet each other, also a greeting is what? Hell, oh, hello. We say
Right.
like that. Now,
Yeah.
where Earth is working towards creating a situation when you will meet somebody after a few years, you will say paradise, oh, or you will say heaven, oh. We will create that energy on this in this Earth. Maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, maybe I'm not there, but the words and the seeds which are planted will take it to that level. I promise you that.
That's really great to hear. I'm sure, like, what exactly we are all expecting is having a great positive planet. And I believe in having a coexistence. I think, coexistence is something that, which the whole planet is made for. And I'm sure your words are really inspiring. And I'm sure, like, maybe not 10 years, maybe 5 6 years, and you will be here with us. And we maybe all share, like, we greet each other with if I'm just not wrong.
Paradise or
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah, so maybe
No,
I
no more hell. There will be no hell here. I promise you
there
that.
will be no hell. So I think, we will be getting a new, different new words, and it will take time for people to grasp it, because this is a kind of like kind of a thing that we all look for. And do you have any message for the audience for Muffin Stone Style? Because there are more than 200 people who is live right now. Do you have any message for them, so that we can start again with some nice positivity?
Yeah. Message. I would only say one thing. Today's World Vegan Day. Go vegan. That is the answer to all the problems which we are facing in the world today. Everything, see, today I'll tell you something. Every one of us, every single body is electromagnetic in nature. You go work out in the gym, what happens? You get feel good hormones in your body, right? You go for bungee jumping, what happens? There's an adrenaline flow in your body. That is toxins. If somebody talks to you nicely, what happens? There are feel good hormones released in your body. If somebody talks in a bad way, what happens? Bad energy, bad toxins are released in your body, right? So
That's right.
the
Yeah.
thing is, when you kill an animal, when you're going to kill an animal, what is going to happen to the animal? The animal is not going to say, "Forgive them, O Lord," because they do not know what they are doing. The animal will feel suffering, will feel fear, will feel anger, and where is all that energy going? You are eating it, right? So it's going inside you, it's becoming a part of you. Our ancient spiritual culture in India talks about this, talks about how food can affect your mind, how food can change you. If the mock meats which are there right now, how did the mock meats come into being? Mock meats came into being because in Malaysia there were people turning Buddhist, and because people were turning Buddhist, they were told not to eat non-veg. Because if they wanted to advance spiritually, or if they wanted to get into deeper levels of meditation, they had to do it having sattvic food. And because of that, because they could not give up on their meat, mock meats were created to give them the taste. And I challenge anybody, I mean, whoever is whatever kind of food you guys eat, whatever non-veg food you eat, whether it is mutton, fish, I will make it quite close to what you eat. So you don't have to give up on anything, but please give up on this eating all this kind of stuff for your own self, for your own peace of mind, and for the peace of mind of this entire world.
That's great. Thank you so much. I think this is an eye-opening session for maybe many people who are alive right now. Me myself personally have started started changing my eating habits and try to figure out the small changes that can I start with, and I'm just trying to go to exactly where my target is to be being vegan. And I think this is a great initiative and great inspirational like bodies like you, who is not only just talking about food, also is connecting the food with the spirituality and also the energy. And I think this is a great connection. I think your words can inspire all of us, and I would love to connect with you soon, maybe at your store, because I think the human interaction is more required, as you talked about, like the energy. So maybe I can get a lot of great energy just right next to you, standing next to you, or something like that. And thank you so much for just having this eye-opening session, and I'm sure you're going to have a better perspective, and they're not going to be having any hello, and there won't be like something new which is going to coming up soon. And I really want to say thanks to you. Thanks for your the goodies that you have sent to me, and I'm sure I really love that. And I think this small initiative from all of us can get a better planet, which you already mentioned, like we can create another planet, and it's totally depending on us how we want to create that planet. And thank you so much for having a beautiful session with me. And I wish you a happy vegan day. And thank you so much for inspiring me and inspiring a lot of people like me. Thank you so much, sir.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I want to thank you all a lot, and I also I'm so happy that so many people. I mean, finally, after so many years of trying so hard, working for hours and hours, trying to make people understand. Finally, I'm seeing some change happening, and that is something amazing. And I really want to wish you guys, all of you guys, a happy World Vegan Day. But I also want to add to that there should be no one day which is World Vegan Day. It should be every single minute, every single day should be the World Vegan Day. Why not? I mean, if we have life in us, animals have life in them. They also deserve, to be happy and be peaceful and stuff like that, right?
Yep, that's true. That's true.
And
So I just want to say thanks you again, and I hope that like me, and there would be thousands and millions of people who would come across, and we'll all close hands together, and we will support together. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for
waiting,
your time.
yes, yes, waiting for that day, brother, waiting for that day.
I'm sure. Yes.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen, I promise.
I'm sure, yes, it is going to happen soon. So till then, see you. Bye bye. I'll catch you up at your cafe. Thank you so much.